Hello everyone, this is Jerome Cuson, your instructor for English 1010. This is the second video of week one. The first video is one that I made back in August of 2020, and a lot of that stuff still applies and a lot of the material that I went over in that video. So I did not feel the need to remake it, but I am going to be, redoing all of the videos for the given weeks because of course, the dates change, the assignments are tweaked a little bit, so that's what we are going to talk about. Okay, let's get into some of the logistics. Each week I will post a PowerPoint and videos highlighting some of the key directions and concepts of the class. These should generally be looked at before anything else to give you an idea of what's to come. I would strongly encourage you to make this your Monday morning reading. So to have the PowerPoint up and to follow along with this video, I think would be very useful and helpful. It would also be an excellent idea to first click and read each section of the semester overview. The course overview is a one-paragraph summary that clearly illustrates the purpose of the class. The course syllabus gets into the logistics. You will clearly see how you are being assessed in a general rundown of the weekly schedule. Please note, you will generally have 3 writing assignments due each week, especially in the first half of the semester. That will change as we get deeper in and get into, weeks 10, 11, 12, and beyond. The weekly schedule and dates clearly lays out what is due when. Your weekly active participation is crucial in order to meet course deadlines. You can identify ways to be successful in this course, some general information about me, and how you'll be assessed under that folder as well. So for this textbook, you do not need to purchase the textbook for this class. A copy of Bad Ideas About Writing can be downloaded for free under the semester overview. There are some additional readings, including ones from the main textbook, Writing About Writing, that will be uploaded as PDFs for you to use. All other non-textbook readings will be under the corresponding week. So all the readings will be up for you on eCourseware as they are needed. But as a reminder, do not purchase the textbook for this class. You will not need it. One of the reasons, of course, is I know there's a pandemic and there are a lot of economic concerns, and that's one of the reasons, at least for 1010, that I don't really want to ask students to purchase the textbook. So let's take a look and discuss how to mark a book. This is your first reading of the semester. And what Mortimer J. Adler is doing is explaining how to understand how to read between the lines. Understand that to own a book or reading means to mark it up and not worry about keeping it clean. Embrace the messiness of annotation. Marking a book keeps you awake. It helps you interact with the text. Some readings, romance novels, other light reading, may not require the same level of attention as academic texts. Look at the bullet points carefully for some salient advice on how to mark your reading. So you get into page 3 of the reading, and they have a number of bullet points explaining to you how to mark a book properly. So the other reading that you are doing is The Wrong Way to Teach Grammar. And basically, Michelle Navarre Cleary, the author, talks about how centuries of research have shown the grammar lessons simply do not help students better their writing. Students over-edit themselves and focus more on the rules of writing as opposed to what they are actually saying. One of the important points, the most important point I would say, is that students learn to write by actually writing. The author uses statistics to show more progressive English classes that have shifted away from grammar-heavy practices are, in fact, more useful. Base the teaching of writing around research, not nostalgia. That's something that clearly emphasizes toward the end of her piece, and I thought that was a really good one. The other reading that you are doing is Fixed versus Growth Mindset, which is a theory that was developed by Dr. Carol Dweck. The reading that you are doing is written by Maria Popova, and it is kind of a synthesis of the idea of what fixed and growth mindset are, because the book that Dr. Carol Dweck wrote is about 270 pages, and we simply don't have time. This is a composition course. This is not a psych course, which is would be more appropriate to discuss a book like that in a course like that. But I do want you to understand what fixed and growth mindset are. Fixed mindset assumes that our character, intelligence, and creative ability are static givens which we can't change in any meaningful way. Success, then, is the affirmation of that inherent intelligence. Striving for success and avoiding failure at all costs become a way of maintaining the sense of being smart or skilled. A growth mindset, on the other hand, thrives on challenge and sees failure not as evidence of unintelligence, but as a heartening springboard for growth and for stretching our existing abilities. Applies not only to education, but to personal relationships, romantic, platonic, and parental. There is a lot more to this reading. This is the longest reading that you have this week, as it is about 4 pages or so. But it is a good one. It is an important, and it is kind of the foundation. These 3 readings that you are doing for this week are foundational to English 1010. Even though they are not necessarily directly related to composition and writing, they are a lot of my philosophies on reading, grammar, as well as having the right mindset for this course. So let's get to the assignments for the week. So for your first discussion board, please make sure to complete the reading by Mortimer J. Adler, How to Mark a Book. Although this is a composition class, your ability to read will be crucial toward your success. Students often have difficulty with getting through college-level material, and Adler provides some very salient advice. After you have completed the readings, you will want to spend a paragraph introducing yourself. Provide some basics such as name, general geographic location, major, and perhaps a couple of fun facts. The rest of your discussion board, with these discussion boards, your initial post should always be 200 to 250 words. Address your feelings on the reading. What do you enjoy about reading? What don't you enjoy about reading? What reading do you enjoy outside of school? And finally, how can Adler's advice help you throughout the rest of this class? Please complete your initial post by Tuesday, January the 19th at 10 p.m. Okay? I realize this is the first day of class. I will have some leniency in the first week or so, but please try and stay on top of these deadlines. Typically, we will be, you will have your dates and the times. It will always be Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 10 p.m. You should respond to 2 of your peers in 100 to 150 words by Sunday, January the 24th at 10 p.m. The journal entry for this week, you first, again, need to make sure you do the reading, which is the wrong way to teach grammar. Many students often get caught up in how they are saying something in their writing and not necessarily what they are saying. How does clearly benefit your thinking about how to approach writing? What expectations would you have about the way grammar is going to be discussed in this class? Also provide an example where the author uses a statistic. What is the value of using statistics in writing? All journal entries should be at least 3/4 of a page, and the journal entry should be posted into the Dropbox by January the 21st. That is a Thursday by 10 p.m. The one-pager. So these are the most formal of the assignments. For your first one-pager, you will need to read Fixed versus Growth Mindset by Maria Popova. And then you want to address these 3 paragraphs, or these 3 questions, in 3 different paragraphs. Number 1, do you currently have a fixed or growth mindset about college? How do you know? Use a quote or example from the text. Connect with your own mindset. Don't worry about having the wrong answer. I want you to be honest, because this will help me work with you. What goals and expectations do you have about this class? Try to be as specific as possible about how you see this class benefiting your overall college goals. How will you use growth mindset in this class? Again, be specific and consider using a quote from the text to help support your case. So the one-pager should always be a full page. They may be as long as 2 pages. Do not make them any longer than 2 pages. And this is due by the end of the week, Sunday, January the 24th at 10 p.m. So that is kind of a rundown for the week. As always, if you have questions or if you have any issues, please be in touch with me via email, text message, or Skype. Thank you very much. Have a good, safe, healthy week.